What's up YouTube? It's your manga buddy. So I wanted to just kind of give like my own take on the con and how it's been so far. So from the start, it was actually kind of easy to get into Anime LA. It's always been like a cozier place than like maybe Anime Expo or San Diego, where you'll probably like be flooded with a sea of people. There's a decent amount of people who come out to Anime Los Angeles, but it's never like, oh my gosh, I'm swamped and I can't like move my body like 2 inches. It's nicer in that regard, and like you also get to do more things. Coming into the con, like I already saw some cool cosplayers. One was dressed in like a Mario gear for Army, and I thought that was like sort of an interesting take. As I made my way to the con, I also started seeing some other cosplayers come in as well. Getting into the actual con in my badge and all that was actually sort of a breeze as well. It was just walk up to a station. I had already bought my badge in advance, and so I was just able to kind of pick up my badge pretty quickly, and then I got myself a lapel.
Alright, so we finished with getting our badge. So I got my badge right here. Yay! Got a full day weekend. Year 18 this is what the back side looks like. And then got the little bag. Looks like this year is sponsored by First Top Cosplay. And on the back, it's got a picture of the summer. Alright, so this is the program book. Program book is really cool and thick this year. So it looks like the book has all the information about lounge performances, Maid Academy, the guests of honor, Nabi, Zeta Flare. We've got some cosplayers. We've got some industry people. There's Evil Ted. Been hearing a lot about him. We have some voice actors. We also have karaoke, information about tabletop gaming, which I might do, especially since I play Pokemon cards, entertainment lounge, the scavenger hunt, the manga lounge, oh, and then the map of the exhibit hall. So definitely we'll be going to that as well. So it's a pretty cool book. I like having these because these are like little collector's guides every year. This will remind me of the fun times that I've had at each anime con that I've been to.
So after I got my badge, I just thought to myself, okay, I want to go around and just see some of the cosplayers, as well as, you know, check out the exhibit hall, and then, you know, get a good sense of what's going on. So I stopped around and I started meeting some of the cosplayers, and, you know, like I got to hear some interesting stories. There was also really a lot of interesting people to meet. I was able to spend some time like talking to people, which I really appreciate about cons, and getting to know their stories, why they were dressed in the way they were, or which characters they really resonated with, what are the top mangas to like check out or animes to check out.
Is this Chainsaw Man?
Yep.
All right. I have yet to watch this anime. It looks really cool.
It's the best anime in the world.
How long did it take for you to make your cosplay?
About 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
Where did you get all your stuff?
EVE, well, most of it from Amazon.
And then you just hand built it at home?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. Dedication.
Thank
Good job.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, enjoy your con.
I also wanted to go to the panels. That was actually like the big reason I wanted to come to Anime LA after so long. Is I really appreciate the panels. The panels are really fun. You get to kind of learn a lot about like different aspects of stuff. It's more authentic than the commercial feel of Anime Expo or Comic Con, where, you know, panels are more about like big Marvel movies or big, you know, anime productions or releases. That has like a more corporate feel. This is like more fan driven, so you get to meet fans and you kind of get to see them like do a presentation on something they might be really interested in, like cosplay, costume design, or you might get to see them like talk about their favorite manga or something, like their favorite music playlist, city pop.
She's a content performer, a very popular Twitch streamer that is phenomenal online DJing. She also does music. She has her own platforms with music and everything. And I would just like to say that we love her.
She's
so
a
thank
great
you so
performer,
much.
and we're excited to see her DJ tonight.
Yes, we're excited to see her DJ.
I wanted to kind of see all these panels, and I actually had time to go and see the panels. Ultimately, like this Anime LA, like it's run by the fans. It's more like a fan experience for the fans with love. It's a place you can go, and if you're just wanting friends, right, like you can make friends really easily. Everybody was very friendly, which I thought was very surprising. Here, everybody's like, if you ask them if you can take a picture or video of them, they're like really nice. They're like, yeah, and they'll actually pose for you, and they might actually do like some stunts or something like that. So I thought that was cool. That's what I feel is great about Anime LA. The shopping experience is also really great. There's a lot of like great toys, video games, and dresses and costumes and things you can buy. There's an artist alley where you can kind of see like people's creative output. There was one panel where like someone was kind of like showing off like crystal Pokemon balls, and you could see the inside of the ball with like the nature and like the place where Squirtle or Pikachu could live, and I thought that's actually kind of cool, and you could take it home with you. There was a big e-gaming lounge where people could play like Smash Brothers, or they could play Street Fighter. There's tabletop gaming, which I want to do and try out some of my Pokemon cards. There are artists, guests of honor from One Piece and Naruto, and they were commissioned to sort of draw characters for us. And there was an adult version of it where you were asked to draw like an adult fantasy version of like a character for American audience. It was just like over the top, like ridiculous, with like horns and like lip rings and piercings and tentacles everywhere. It was just funny how like Japan kind of views like what's like cute versus what Americans think is cute. Those are kind of fun things. Again, it's a cozier kind of experience. You get to kind of do it all at Anime LA. Things I didn't like about Anime Los Angeles were like the expensive drinks and the lack of restaurants and food. People are expected to just kind of go outside and like buy food. If you're at a con, right, you probably want something grab and go. A lot of the restaurants outside are more like family style, where you have to kind of wait in line for a while with other people who are not doing anime. You stand in those lines and you're just like, I want to get back to the con, right? So it's a little bit of a downside in my opinion with that. Now I know like events charge more, but I feel like this event like was over the top ridiculous in terms of how much they could charge. You know, like when you're doing these cons and you're going to all these events, like sometimes stuff runs over late, and so we found ourselves kind of like, you know, going to cons around 10 or 11 p.m. and there was no food. There was like nothing to eat. All the stalls were closed. The exhibit hall itself closed at 7. And so people were just like, oh, I'm hungry. There's like nothing nearby. So if you're traveling to cons, and probably you'll tell me too if you're watching this video, you probably want to just pack your own food. So that was kind of like my experience so far with Anime LA. Ultimately, I might break these videos into smaller pieces and kind of just release them as I go, because I feel like that might be more authentic as opposed to just trying to cram everything last minute and work off memory. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening so far. And thank you for subscribing to the channel as well. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new. We'll see you next video.